Frankenfoods. Do you know what you are eating? A recent study took place costing a total of $25 million to inevitably prove the advantages of going organic. David Gedoff, Vice President of Price Pottinger Nutrition Foundation, explains how farmers use chemicals to make our food look good rather than serve the purpose of providing us with essential nutrients. Essentially, farmers use three chemicals that stimulate the growth of the plant, resulting in more crops at a quicker pace. What farmers have failed to achieve is providing their customers with nutritious, delicious whole food. Sure, it is great to have fruits and vegetables that last several weeks compared to a couple of days, but do we really take a second to ask ourselves how it is possible? Back to what genetically modified foods really mean. The term refers to crops and plants that have been modified in laboratories to enhance desired traits, such as resistance to herbicides and improved nutritional content. 60 to 70% of the food that we ingest is made up of modified ingredients that the majority of us are not aware of. The most common foods that are genetically modified are soybeans, corn, cotton, and grapeseed oil. These make up some of the everyday food that you eat, such as breakfast cereals, some snack foods, soda, milk, sugar, canola oil, zucchini, and squash, just to name a few. So now that we know what GMOs are, let's take a look at the risk and the negative impacts of it. A new study links GMOs to gluten disorders that affect 18 million Americans. Authors relate GMO products to five conditions that trigger or worsen gluten-related disorders, including intestinal permeability, imbalanced gut bacteria, impaired digestion, immune activation, and allergic response, and damage to the intestinal wall. In November 2012, the Journal of Food and Chemical Toxicology published a paper titled Long-Term Toxicity of a Roundup Herbicide in a Roundup-Tolerant Genetically Modified Corn. This was a study that linked GMO corn to rat tumors. Another risk includes allergic reactions. GMOs often mix or add proteins that weren't naturally a part of the foods, potentially causing new allergic reactions in the human body. GMOs can also cause antibiotic resistance. Some foods have antibiotic features built into them to make them immune or resistant to diseases or viruses. These endure in your body and can make actual antibiotic medications less effective. The main downside to genetically modified foods is the effect on the small children of America that don't take this into consideration. According to the Best of Raw Food, using organic food will actually reduce the amount of carcinogen in the body down to one-sixth of the amount that would normally be present using non-organic foods. Aside from harming humans and babies, genetically modified foods affect our environment too. Modified genes can cross into the wild weed population and can create superweeds that would be impossible to kill with herbicides. Another related risk is that the escape of genetically enhanced animals and vegetation can create new superorganisms. These could cut out competition between our natural animal and plant populations and drive certain species into existence. As you can see, genetically modified foods have the potential to be very dangerous, or even terminal in the long run. If we don't stop the consumption of these foods, we are looking at a very dangerous future.